All right, I am back with Joey here. We did a video on the FJ Cruiser about a month ago, and we were talking about his fender flares. But one big difference, tell me if you notice as I walk around this FJ. Get out of the sun here. What do you notice? One of these things is not like the other. The rear tire is what was originally on here, and the four tires that are touching pavement right now are 37s on an FJ Cruiser. It's the first one I've ever seen. I'm sure someone's done it out there, but it's the first one I've seen in person. So we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about this fender that actually Joey does. It's a custom fender, so look at that. And why? Well, when he had 35s he needed it, and when you have 37s you definitely need it to make that space. But look at that, how nice that is. 37s, she stands tall, folks. So, and then just you see all tire because of that fender. Swoops over, as you can see. Let's get this view of it. So if you're interested in this fender, already from that previous video, there's 12 orders and counting, so people are digging it. It's very affordable. And it's handcrafted, made by Joey. So place your order, just shoot a message in the DMs and I'll put you in touch with them. All right, Joey, so tell us, you had 37 or 35s on this.
Correct.
Which a lot of people with FJ Cruisers, that's a big jump for them.
Yes.
When you had them, you had already re-geared?
I was already re-geared to 488s.
Okay,
and the reason being for 488s is because I'm not more of that overland type stuff. So I don't have, the camper or all, the roam, the packs, all the stuff camping gear up on top.
So not weighted down.
Not weighted down. The only thing that's gonna weight is just the front bumper and the back bumper and the rails. Maybe a little bit of stuff here, but I mean for like a 120-pound bumper, and then I think that one's only like 100 pounds in the back. I honestly, with the 37s, I really don't feel a weight difference. I think if you're gonna do 37s with a 488 gearing, I say 100% do it, because it drives like butter. It's like marshmallows when you drive.
Drives better than your 35s with 48s.
I was even shocked myself when I got when I took those 35s off, and on Saturday when they just slapped these on and I was driving home, I'm not gonna lie, my RPMs are better. My gas mileage is even a little bit better, and it actually drives way smoother. Like it's just like butter down the road. It's like marshmallow.
Really? Did you feel like it was sluggish, a little bit slower?
You know what? With the 35s, when I was going like hill climbs, or obviously around here, there's a lot of hills around here. It felt a little sluggish with the 35s, which is kind of weird to me because with the 488s, because people usually will say 456 with 35s because just the gear ratio was better there.
Yeah.
So having 488s with the 35s, it's a little bit higher gear ratio.
Maybe it was off. Yeah.
It was a little off. So when I put 37s on, dude, it's like I'm not gonna worry about anything with this axle at all.
So you basically married the right gearing
and
for
just
this.
Especially the weight of these tires for the KM3s, perfect weight. It's like you're looking at like a 35, because when I have Falcons on and they were 35s, they were almost 80-pound of tire for 35s. And this is like, I think, a 77, 78-pound of tire.
Almost lighter.
Just a little lighter. So it's like it's like a little bit mixed. It's like mixed in between a mud terrain and like an AT weight difference just in a 37.
I'm going to share with everybody. I'll put in the description below and maybe at the end of the video, the first video that Joey and I did. I actually saw him in my neighborhood. I pulled over saying, dude, your FJ Cruiser is amazing. And that's when it had 35s. Now it's just even more beast. So we're doing a second video, but I'll put a link to that first video because we talk about his total chaos, the King setup, all of that. So we're really focusing just on anybody who's looking to go 35s or 37s. You can compare both videos, and this is the 37, obviously, clips. And then also, I actually happened to do a video comparing the BFGs and the Toyo MTs, which I have on 2 of my Land Cruisers. And independently, Joey and I didn't talk about it. He did his own research. He ended up going with these because for 37s it's lighter to go the BFG KM3s than the Toyo MTs. For me, I've got both 35s, and yeah, I remember my research, the BFGs seem to be a little lighter. So it's you can watch that video where I compare the two. I don't remember all the numbers, but I have a lot of details and numbers comparing the two as far as what's better in the snow and the mud and the loose sand and what have you. But as far as weight, I mean, you heard it. What's the power plant in an FJ Cruiser under the hood?
4.0.
So
6.
Okay, 4.0.
And even with the 488s, it's super torquey. Like with my 35s, it was torquey, but when I have these on, it feels way more torquier. Like when I step on the gas, that thing wants to pop a wheelie. Like it lifts up.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I have way more torque in this than I did the 35s. And the engine doesn't like scream. Everything stays totally fine, totally normal. Like you can't even tell that you're having 37s on it.
I mean, I have an FJ40 with 40-inch Trepidors, the Maxxis, those like meaty sidewalls, but it's a V8. It's a 5.7. I have a Godzilla, which is it's a diesel Land Cruiser, the 1HZ, for those of you who know your Land Cruisers. It's a 73, HZJ73. We never got them here in the US. I got 37s, and it wasn't re-geared. It's slow. It gets up to 75, 80 miles an hour, but it's not modern like an FJ Cruiser, and you got a 6-cylinder pushing this. But like your experience, you're saying it's just...
With the four, if anyone out there is gonna do an FJ Cruiser with 37s, if you're gonna do all this stuff, I know that I know you have one of those guys that have the 5-inch Wicked Creations and all that. I'm gonna be honest with you, you do not, in my opinion, you do not need a 5-inch travel. With having these 3.5 the race series on these, dude, the only thing, to be honest, because people, they'll get big 37s or bigger tires, they're over here banging the crap out of the under their wheel fill. To be honest, with having this long travel setup, all I'm gonna have to do is cut the pinch weld from the bottom here, just halfway up, no problem. Clearance. And even the rear, look at the rear. Even the rear. People say, oh, you need to take all this, you need to take this off, there's nothing. Dude, I extended my bump stop, I jacked it up, make sure, I'm even taking this thing off. The thing fits.
And this is OEM.
This is OEM.
That's OEM. But I mean, it does look sexy like that. It's funny, like the lift that you have and the size of those wheels and tires, it looks like it's a perfect fit. It looks like it's meant to be, Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if you pull up beside a stock FJ, it's like night and day.
Yeah, it is.
Like the guy will be like, where'd you get that from? Why do these look so different?
Yeah, no, I'm getting so many head turns right now. People are just looking at it and go, I've never seen a Toyota in 37s. I see a lot of 4Runners in, with 37s, and I know with the new 4Runners, it's you got to do a lot more work. People are relocating the body mount. They're going under the rear well and doing way more work.
But you feel this is more turnkey.
This is just more exactly. The modifications, they're already done. The only thing I gotta do is just cut this pinch weld. That's it.
That was it. Well, and then you put your fender, which is giving it like a sexy look.
No problem with the fenders. People, are taking fenders off. They're adding, the fiberglass fenders to flare them out. No.
Why just do this? Well, because firsthand, just looking at it, it's sexy. The tire sticks out just enough. I like it when the fender here matches to this part before the bulge of the tire, and that's exactly what yours does. And you get to see those full, meaty tires.
I don't worry about anything flicking up into my mirror or the side of my car. I even went to the snow on last weekend, and nothing. I don't worry about anything.
So you're still taking orders on this? I mean, if you're in California, you can pick them up in Orange County. If you're elsewhere, it would have to be shipped. But still, I mean, there's a dozen plus from the first video, keeping you busy on the weekends building those out.
Yeah. I know there's a couple people that ordered. I'm taking a little bit of time on it. I've just been super busy. I haven't really had much time to get in these. It's been raining. It's just... a lot of work's been happening right now.
Yeah, well, that's what it is when it's custom, but that's just such a clean look. It looks like a major CNC manufacturing company made this, but you made this, so that's why the price isn't $500-600. It's way below that.
It's just me, a couple tools and just some foreman. That's it.
Yeah, well, definitely, if you're interested in that, message. I'll send your email. I'll get it over to Joey. He can be in communication with you to let you know the lead time. Yeah, look at that. That's one sexy machine. We gotta do some Instagram reels on this.
I got one.
All right. I'll put Instagram links down in the description below if you want to follow Joey's Instagram, and then I'll post mine as well. I just put a lot of Land Cruiser stuff and nice other Toyotas. Like I've got a couple 4Runners from Jailbreak had a cool one.
I saw that one. That one's got the Magazine turbocharger. I think it's bitchin'.
Yeah, that guy like spared no expense on that thing.
Oh, I know.
But he travels the country. Boston, and he gets out in the wintertime, and he's always traveling, and he's got a lot of great content.
See, now with his car, now I can understand the turbocharger. You know, that guy's living out of his car. Oh, like, you know, but I can understand he's got, you know, tires in the back all the way up top. He's got a bunch of weight in there, and I can get why, you know, supercharged and everything. Whereas me, I don't have, you know, I'm just not there. So
you don't need it.
I don't need it. So 488 gears are the way to go. So if anyone out there with an FJ Cruiser and you want to do this stuff, just get your 3.5 long travel Total Chaos. Go straight to 488s, no hesitation, and just slap 37s on. You will be amazed of what.
Learn from other people, folks. I mean, he had the 35s and he's experimented, and this is I guess he hit the sweet spot to put 37s, and like he says, you don't have to go with a 5-inch. 5-inch might be too much on this. It would probably start making it look too tall, because like your spacing looks just perfect. But I mean, you just put these on, so you still gotta hit a desert run on the whoops, and everything.
KOH
but
next weekend, so we're gonna see. We're gonna
KOH
stuff. You know, I had a little bit of time with the rear, extended the bump stop a little bit. You know, I lifted up the wheel and make sure where my up travel's at, and you know what I have to do.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking about moving the axle back, but when you really think about it all in geometry, when you push it up, your tire wants to go up, back. It doesn't go like this. It kind of pushes up, back.
Yeah.
So with that bump stop, just extending the bump stop, it just stops it. So I don't have to worry about coming up and ripping that fender off.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, definitely give him a follow. I'm sure on your Instagram you'll put some updates or some videos from.
I only have one with the 35s, but the 37. I'm gonna get one with the 37s on it.
For those of you who don't know, when we say KOH, that's King of Hammers, or it's Johnson Valley, and that big 2023 King of Hammers is coming up. So awesome, Joey. Thanks for sharing again, everybody. You know, you heard it here. Replay it if you need to. The perfect setup for 37s, and if you're interested in the fenders. You know, even if you're watching this video in 2024, 2025, this video will still be up, and people will still be coveting and loving their FJ Cruisers and turning them into beasts like this. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Happy trails, everybody. And thanks, Joey.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody.